tell you some really good news at the top of Mount Nittany. So we're going to start off, we're going to lead into it. So Mike and I are going to read a letter from each of our families that they wrote for our DAR packet this year that we're going to send out to our corporate contacts, just explaining how Atlas has impacted them as a family. So.
Okay, so first of all, can everybody hear us? I just want to be sure. Okay, Colin. Okay, so this is the Brobson's letter, and basically the letters were just, they go in our DAR packet just to say what Atlas has meant to them. Okay, so this is the Brobson's letter. There are many things that run through a parent's mind when they first hear that their child has been diagnosed with leukemia. How is this possible? Why my child? What do we do next? When Claire was found to have acute lymphoblastic leukemia, ALL, at 7 years old, our lives changed forever. After the grief and the fear, we applied ourselves to adjusting to our new normal. We dedicated every hour of every day to making sure that Claire would defeat cancer, and that our family would emerge from this challenge stronger than ever. What we didn't realize at the time was that this strategy would also take a toll on the family. Despite our amazing support system, the months that followed her diagnosis left very little time for joy of just being a family. We were immersed in the battle, convinced that we would win. But our army was a mom, a dad, a 7-year-old with cancer, and 2 younger brothers, one who was less than a year old. Months passed, and Claire was winning her battle, with the ups and downs along the way. But it wasn't until the Four Diamonds Fund and Thon, who introduced us to Atlas, that we realized there was still room in our lives, and indeed a need in our lives for more joy. Atlas came along at just the right time during Claire's treatment for our entire family. These dedicated PSU students were our reinforcements, taking up our arms along with our family to defeat the cancer that had stricken Claire. They were volunteers in every sense of the word, committing their time and energy to a family with whom they had no connection, but for whom that they had unconditional love. Their weapons of choice: pink fuzzy hats, leopard bandanas, water guns, and foam swords. Their strategy? To remind us that Claire and her brothers Will and Gabe deserved to be, and still were, kids even in the face of a very adult situation, and to remind us, their parents, that we were not alone. Our family is stronger and larger because Atlas came into our lives. We consider Atlas a saving grace and one of the greatest blessings to come out of Claire's diagnosis 4 years ago. Claire is now 11, Will is 8, and Gabe is 4. At Thon 2012, Claire will celebrate 2 years cancer-free. We still can't think of a better way to spend it than with our extended family, the Penn Staters who call themselves Atlas.
All right, and this is the letter that Steph and Matt wrote for our DAR packet. The worst news any parent can hear is your child has cancer. Nothing can prepare yourself for this news, but there were 2 things that helped us get through this very difficult time: Thon and our relationship with Atlas. We were first told about Thon and the Four Diamonds Fund shortly after Victoria's diagnosis with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Being Penn State graduates, we were familiar with Thon, but never thought we would be on this side of Thon. We met an amazing group of students in January of 2006, Atlas. At this time, there were roughly only 30 members, and instantly they became part of our family. They provided a great deal of emotional support to our entire family with phone calls, emails, and many visits. As for Thon and the Four Diamonds Fund, they provided another type of support: financial. I had to take an extended leave of absence from a very new job that I had started so I could be at Hershey Medical Center with Victoria during all of her many stays. Thon provided the money to the Four Diamonds Fund so we did not have to worry if Victoria would get the treatment she deserved and needed to beat this terrible disease. The Four Diamonds Fund covered the expenses for treatment that our insurance did not cover. We feel very blessed to have a wonderful organization that has continued to grow over the years. Our family has literally grown every year since being placed with Atlas. No one could ever put a dollar value on these relationships. It is difficult to put into words exactly what these relationships mean, but to try, priceless, just priceless. So we wanted to share those letters with you because as Atlas grows, so does our love and the amount of support that we have to offer Four Diamonds families. And although we are extremely fortunate to have both of our girls in remission, and it's definitely a blessing, we have decided as an organization, as an exec board, and as the exec board last year, we sat down with both of our families and really discussed what we wanted, where we wanted Atlas to go this year. And we think that the best thing that could ever happen to Atlas is to apply for a third family. So we are going to apply. The application is due on October 3rd. This does not mean we are guaranteed to get another family, but they go through the application process, and the family relations captains, match up the applications of Four Diamonds kids with the organizations, and so we're not guaranteed that we'll get one, but we just wanted to inform you now, and you guys make sure that you guys are on the same page as us. And it's really, honestly, you guys are going to build a relationship with a child going through treatment, and that is going to be what makes you what makes you stand in the cold weather. And you guys, you know what I mean? That's something that none of us can ever put words to describe it. It's just going to be, so cross your fingers, but we wanted to tell you this exciting news because it's something that's really going to change all of your lives if we do get a third family forever. So
yeah. So that being said, this is like I said, this is really big news. But this is actually, a lot of this is going to fall on the FR committee. If you guys want to be a part of the application process, go to the FR meetings. Make sure you talk to Jen and Mike. We also want to have our families kind of involved in this process too, so they can help us build a packet. Basically, we have to put a packet in to apply. So hopefully everyone can be a part of it. But I guess one of the things is you really. Being a part of a Thon organization really hits home when you see a kid that doesn't have hair. And when you see a kid and talk to their parents when they have to go down to the Hershey Medical Center every weekend or every day because they have to get chemotherapy treatment. That's when cancer really hits home. And hopefully we can all be there for a new family, if we're selected. Be there for a new family to help them through this time. So it's going to be a lot of responsibility if we get it. It's going to be a lot of work, but I know we can all do it. So. It's maybe kind of cheesy, but since we're all here and we all have this great overlook at sunset, do we want to I don't know, maybe tell Happy Valley and all Penn State who we are by doing the Atlas chant?
Yeah.
I feel like we gotta stand up and we want to be loud enough. If we're not loud enough, we're doing it again. So.
I'm gonna get them.
Not cheesy.
Not cheesy.
I like it, Steve.
Okay, sweet. Bye.
You guys want to hike back down?